Hello everyone, this is Laura from Astropositive, and we are here to discuss what the next week will look like astrologically from the 22nd to the 28th of December 2025. I hope you all had a pleasant and productive week, and in particular that you managed to navigate the tricky aspects from Mars to Saturn and Neptune successfully. We might feel a bit drained after such aspects, and I confess it was a bit the case for me. Saturn aspects are no joke, and to illustrate that, let me share with you something that happened to me. So I'm recording this on the 16th of December. The Sun is almost squaring Saturn. It will be exact tomorrow. And yesterday the Moon was also opposing my Saturn in the chart, as it does in my natal chart anyway. So I was dead tired after a day of hard work. I stumbled. And I fell hard on my knees, and now I'm limping. And no wonder, because Saturn is ruling the bones, among other things. As if this wasn't enough, this morning I woke up with a fever, so probably I'm coming down with the flu. A thing to keep in mind is that aspects to all planets, except the Moon actually, are active quite a few days before the exact time. So this is called the orb of the aspect. So we can definitely say that we already are feeling this Sun square Saturn aspect. Well, another take-home lesson from what happened is that we have to accept that some transits and configurations are not supposed to be nice. They are supposed to be a challenge. Not everything is all rosy. So I get that most people, me included actually, would like forecasts such as this one to only bring good news. But that wouldn't be realistic. And actually that wouldn't be doing people a service in the end. Well, on the plus side, also yesterday I did give a deep thought to where I am right now and where I want to be, and decided it's time to look at other options and sending out applications for a job. Saturn does have a positive side, and insofar it forces us to confront reality and take concrete steps to make it better. I would actually love to know how you manage this Sun square Saturn aspect yourself, so please leave a comment if this resonates and if you have something special to share. This said, the week ahead looks like a quiet week. All in all, no new moon, no full moon, but we do have Sun and Venus changing signs. Well, the Sun is gonna go into Capricorn on the 22nd, so at the very beginning of the week, and Venus will cross over from Sagittarius to Capricorn on the 25th. So we are going from the happy-go-lucky, freedom-seeking Sagittarius to the serious, grounded, no-nonsense Capricorn. Okay, so let's see. With the Sun in Sagittarius, our hopes are high. We long to reach the horizon. The versatility of this mutable sign keeps us on our toes, ready to go with the flow, ready to go wherever that takes us. There is a sense that the future holds potential. No matter our age, we might all ask ourselves, what do we want to become when we grow up? This sign is future-oriented, but it's also a true Epicurean, so enjoying life in the moment. Taking a break, having fun is important. It's as important as work, actually. Well, work doesn't rank very high on the scale of Sagittarian values because it's not an aim per se. It's more a means to an end, a necessary evil. This sign is ultimately searching for the meaning of life and needs space and time to reflect and experience different things, states, ideas. Sagittarius values its freedom above all things. Most of all, freedom of mind, and the dullness of routine and constraints can feel like prison. This sign is associated with the 9th house of spirituality and religion. So there is a very strong idealistic streak in this sign that must believe in something beyond the tangible reality, something that is transcendental. This ensures, in a way, that there is an ultimate meaning beyond the tangible reality. There's something that imbues our lives, and it's also a way to push that horizon, even further, so that exploring never stops. Well, in Capricorn, on the other hand, as always, we build upon what the previous sign has already established. So we take for granted that life has a meaning, that things are as they should be, And we go about living our life in a conservative way in order to preserve and perpetuate this desirable state of things. So we can focus on our ambitions within society, and we have to act in a sensible manner in order to succeed in doing this. Capricorn is an earth sign. It is concerned with material success, with, in mundane terms. Although not necessarily material. Success is grounded in matter, but this doesn't mean that really acquiring stuff or earning more. It's more a question of public status. Capricorn is linked to the 10th house of status and public image. We are getting serious about our goals. We aim high. We set smart objectives, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So whoever devised that acronym surely had a strong Capricorn in their chart. So after a month spent exploring options with Sagittarius, now we know where we want to go. So let's get down to work with efficiency in mind, folks. No more dilly-dallying. There's no time like now to start working. So, of course, the above are general principles, so they should be translated in other terms for Venus that is also undergoing the same transition from Sagittarius to Capricorn. Venus has her own concerns. So after roughly 3 weeks spent in Sagittarius, because Venus is faster than the Sun, in Sagittarius she was a bit like a queen of the show. So now in Capricorn, Venus has now to select from her cohort of admirers the lucky chosen, the one she will attach herself to. Venus in Capricorn is mature attachment, maybe a little bit on the coldish side, not very effusive, not the wildly romantic type, but a sensible, reliable lover who commits herself for the long run. With Venus in Sagittarius, commitment is a 4-letter word. Better not mention it, because in Sagittarius, Venus is like a wild, willful, moody teenager throwing a party. In Capricorn, she has come of age. It may feel a bit boring, but at least it's real. Let's remember that Venus just perfected the square to Saturn on the 21st. So that felt a bit like a cold shower that prepared her for the entry in Saturn's sign, Capricorn. Here she has to deal with limitations and not expect too much. On the downside, not a very exciting time. It can get a bit lonely in Saturn's realm if we are not allowed to dream anymore. On the plus side, affections are more stable, and commitment is possible once we have weighed all the pros and cons, because Capricorn is a cautious sign who takes no unnecessary risks. After all, giving one's heart to someone is something not to be undertaken lightly. And the flirtatious Venus in Sagittarius might suddenly become older and wiser, and actually quite shy too. The Venus in Capricorn is not the heart of the party, and she also has a more select and conservative and less adventurous tastes. In short, while before we were ready to show equanimity and give everyone a chance, if short-lived, now we err on the side of caution before committing. We ask ourselves some questions first. Is it realistic? Is it good for me? Where will it lead from here? Does it have any chance to last? Basically, we will better protect our interests when it comes to matter of love, and that is basically a good thing. And now for the nitty-gritty of daily transits. Okay, so on the 22nd of December, we have this moon opposite Jupiter at the very start of the day, which means it manifested itself the day before. This is a nice aspect that brings a lot of enthusiasm and confidence and, all this energy that's ready to expand into a project. But at the same time, the moon is squaring Chiron, which means, okay, expansion, but this might ask us to step outside of our comfort zone and actually expose our vulnerable spots and accept that we might not get it perfect the first time. Take some risks. Okay, right afterwards, Mars is squaring Ceres, and this might translate into... Well, in a very prosaic way, it might translate into a food problem, like a food intoxication or something. We make an indigestion, something didn't go right with what we ate before, the day before. On the other hand, it might manifest itself as a rebellion against an authority figure, probably a parental figure, like we don't agree with our parents, or as a parent, we see our kids that are revolting a little bit, that are opposing our decisions. Afterwards, the moon in Capricorn is going on to make some nice aspects to Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So this is quite positive because this sextiles to Saturn and Neptune means okay, the obstacles are not felt so much. They're not as heavy as before. And with the trine to Uranus, we're actually ready to experience something new and ready to take some chances. And all of this feels like some excitement, on the way. It won't be boring, to say the least. The whole day we have Venus conjunct Juno at the very end of Sagittarius. And this is nice. Actually, it means that we are content with our current contracts, agreements, that we feel nice and secure and happy with our significant other in our partnerships. It's a day of very favorable, actually, for signing a contract, for entering into a partnership, because it will start on a solid base and with an equal give and take. It's going to be a fair agreement that will be benefic for all parties. At the very end of the day, we have the moon conjunct Pluto. The moon has already passed on to Aquarius, and now it's conjoining Pluto. And that means that we, at the very end of the day, we might feel that the day to follow is actually posing a threat. We feel a bit daunted by what's in front of us. So probably it won't be as bad as that, and we should de-escalate our fears a little bit. On the 23rd, we have Venus quincunx Chiron, meaning that, it's not a day to be too adventurous in love or hobbies. We might feel the itch, to do something new, but it's not the proper time. This will go against our plans or what we had in mind, so it won't be easy to fit in our schedule, holidays and such. But on the plus side, actually, the moon is sextiling Mercury at the end of the day, so that means all communication will go just fine. The moon is in Aquarius, so it's going to be quite detached communication on objective matters. Afterwards, on the 24th, we have this Venus square Neptune aspect. It's one of the rare planetary aspects outside of the moon's aspects that occurred this week. Venus square Neptune can be quite romantic because, Venus means affections, attachments. And with Neptune there, it's something that we dream about, but we don't have. So with a square aspect, it can be challenging. We are really longing for something that we don't have. We might reminisce about, people from the past romantic experiences, and acutely feel the lack of something. It can produce quite a lot of nice poetry, romantic declarations. We will be more touched by music, by poetry, by any artistic experience. And we should indulge in a bit of daydreaming, perhaps. The moon is sextile Chiron, meaning that this day we will be more prone to accept our shortcomings, and also in us and as well as in other people. We will be more empathetic and understanding. But towards the end of the day, there's another side of us that will manifest, and this is, with the moon square Uranus, the moon is in Aquarius. What we will feel is a lot of anxiety, actually, because things will be going fast, and unexpected events might surge out of nowhere. We don't know what to expect, and all this can create quite a bit of anxiety and restlessness. Also, the moon will be sextiling Juno, and this is good because partnerships should go pretty well at the time. Nonetheless, Juno receives quite a lot of aspects this week from heavier planets. So today there is this quincunx from Uranus to Juno. And as all aspects of Uranus, probably this manifested already like at least a week or two before, and is still valid to the day. This is a quincunx, so that involves some friction and some adjustments that are needed. And with Uranus, there's a risk of separation, actually, a risk of breaking up a tie. Juno is not only concerned with romantic partnerships. It can be, but it's also just any kind of contract. It can be a job contract, for instance. It can be a business contract. And with Uranus in quincunx, the temptation can be high to just sever the bond. Just say no and walk out of the deal. Walk out of the partnership. Okay, on the 25th. On the 25th, everything will be going well because the moon in Pisces, already it's in soft Pisces, and it's making all those nice sextiles to Venus, to the Sun, and to Mars, which means all in all, we're going to be, well, we're seeing eye to eye with people around us. We're going to be in good terms with everyone. All interactions will be smooth, and actually we will show quite a lot of our sexier side. We will be quite, we will feel quite sexy and appealing, and things might get quite exciting, I must say. It's a very nice day to enjoy, especially as the moon is also conjoined the North Node at the end of the day. And what's more, it's Christmas time, so what's more appropriate than all those social events and gatherings that are promised with the moon conjunct the nodes. With the moon in Pisces, we will all be, feel affectionate and, soft-spoken, not aggressive at all. So Christmas dinner is going to go a treat. On the 26th, more of the good things coming because the moon is trining Jupiter. So our morals, our spirits are quite high, and the mood is quite uplifting, and we will enjoy ourselves, basically. With the moon squaring Mercury, the enjoyment will involve quite a lot of conversations. It's going to be quite lively, and we will exchange a lot with people in the wake of the Christmas dinner. On the 27th, on the contrary, well, here it is, the conjunction of the moon in Pisces with the infamous Saturn-Neptune conjunction. Okay, we can't escape it. So once a week, there is an aspect, a tense aspect made by this moon, by the moon to this Saturn-Neptune conjunction. So with this, all of a sudden, we feel a bit burdened, and it's weighing down on us, this Saturn-Neptune. It feels like things are not what they should be. It feels like there's a major disappointment lurking somewhere. It feels like everything is a lot of hard work, and are we going to ever see the end of it? Probably, some indigestion after the Christmas lunch or dinner, but probably it will go deeper than that. We will really feel tired and worn out, and maybe fearing a little bit what's ahead the next year to come. Well, there's no reason in particular to fear it because, as I described in the video that talked about 2026, actually this year we'll see the end of this Saturn-Neptune conjunction. So in itself, this is a good thing. Also on the 27th, we have the moon sextiling Uranus and then sextiling Pluto. That means it's going to make a triangle involving the moon, Uranus, and Pluto. Sorry. And this actually can be very nice because we can feel, well, we can overcome these feelings of despondency with Saturn, Neptune, and we can again feel a bit energetic and enticed to do things, to go about and see what's new, what's awaiting us. The moon will be squaring Venus later in the day, and with this, a feeling of pleasant laziness might set in, creep in, should I say. The moon will also be conjunct Ceres, and with this, probably we will indulge in a nice food, or we will feel quite maternal and take care of our kids, or we can be maternal towards anybody around us and just take care of them and give them good advice. At the end of the day, we have the quarter moon, because the moon will be squaring the sun. And this is a bit of a challenge. It occurs in Aries. So maybe there are some tensions that are brewing there. And the whole day will be a bit of a challenge, as I say. Okay, on the 28th, Mercury will be trining Chiron. It's also occurring just right after midnight, so it's especially active the day before. This is all about empathetic conversations and lending a compassionate ear to someone's problems. We can all, well, hear each other out and try to support each other through this difficult situation with the moon conjunct Saturn Neptune that happened the day before. The moon will also make squares to Mars and to Jupiter, which means we will have to exert ourselves quite a bit on the 28th. It's going to be a challenging day that will ask quite a lot of our energy. So we should be ready to tackle some major project at this time. At the end of the day, the moon is conjoining Chiron, and this can mean that, okay, we did our best, but it wasn't quite enough. We won't be quite satisfied with what we achieved throughout the day, and we might get a bit irritated and lash out in the evening. So just try and remember to quiet down. It's nobody's fault, actually, especially nobody else's fault. So we should try to keep our calm through it all. Also on the 28th, Neptune is making a square to Juno. And as I said, Juno is receiving all those aspects from Uranus and then from Neptune. And a square to Neptune means that our partnerships, be it romantic or otherwise, business, professional, whatever, our partnerships are letting us down a little bit. And yeah, we are feeling pretty disappointed, especially in this context. Meaning that Saturn is also in the mix somewhere. So yeah, we feel like maybe ending a partnership would be the solution to our problems. We have to give it a deep thought. This is a long-lasting aspect. So we shouldn't, act on the spur of the moment and take any rash action right now. But we should consider what's in it for us in this partnership. Do we get what we need from it? Are our needs met, before acting? Okay, so this is what I had for you for next week. Have a nice holiday. Merry Christmas, everyone. And see you again for next week to come and for the beginning of 2026. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.